Okay, shall we do this? Citizens open mic. I've got to pin this down. Yes, you can see my people coming in already. All right, so distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another section of Citizens Open Mic. Of course, courtesy enough is enough Nigeria, EI Nigeria, bring this to you live and direct. You already here live on Instagram, and I want to believe we're going to have a wonderful time today. It's going to be a lovely time today, I can promise you. There is a lot going down, a lot going on in the country right now, and we have a lot going on in the country, and I just hope we have enough time to break things down today to digest a lot of stuff that we've got to discuss. Basically, I hope we get there. I definitely hope we get there. My name is Ikechukwu Oyemike. I'm a broadcast journalist, and I'm going to be your host for today. And, we're going to discuss a whole lot about the current situation of our country, especially with the present protest that is going on. So, very quickly, without wasting time, I have my guest on board. He has just few time to spend with us, so I'm going to just link him on. We're talking about NSAS. And to join me in the first 15 minutes of this section, you already know how we do it, is Mr. Segun Awosanya, aka Sega Link. So I'm inviting him straight, bring him on the air for today's conversation as we have to do it. You already know how we do it. After these 15 minutes, everyone come on board and express your opinion. Good evening, Mr. Segun Awosanya. How are you today?
Good evening. I'm fine. I'm good. How have you been?
Good. I'm very okay. I'm very right. Good to meet you again today. How have you been, basically?
Well, I've been fine. I've been good. Just monitoring things and ensuring that citizens are safe while they are freely expressing themselves, and they are exercising their rights out there.
Okay, so let's go straight to it. Good you laid the foundation properly on that note. How do you feel about this movement that is going on now? Is it the time? Has the time come, rather?
Well, as it is, when you plant, no matter how good a farmer that you are, you have to wait for growth to come. It's not you that give the increase. You do your bit, you grow, you plant, and you water, and then you allow God to give it. The same thing. It's only when the people out there to make life everybody that automatically understands a proposition or an advocacy. In our society where we're used to activism, where everybody just wants to show their discontent, jump on the street, do this, do that, take pictures and feel among, government don't really respond to that positively because we live in a pseudo democracy where everybody translates, any active citizenry activity as a political gesture. So with that, we started long ago. The conversation started like 4 years ago, if not 5, where we started engaging on the multi-layered level, government authority, the different arms of government and also stakeholders on the trajectory of the criminal justice system, most especially the Nigerian police. So it wasn't just about, and it was based on research, it was based on data, it was based on years of studying the crime. So it wasn't just a fluke or somebody was just toying with an hashtag and it trended and all. Of course, we know how ephemeral trends are. It disappears over a time and new things come. People get distracted. And for the first time in Nigeria's history, political history, we have held on to a conversation for years, and we've been able to build on that traction. We've been able to successfully build a platform upon which people can find expression. Today, you don't need to pay anybody, unlike in Nigeria. Even if you want to tell people to protest or express themselves based on their rights, they will ask you how much. But today, we don't have to pay anybody to do anything because they see themselves, in the situation. They feel themselves they find relevance in the dialogue, and they found common ground, which is exactly the design, what we call the conscious revolution paradigm, which simply means.
Wow, this network thing though.
Allow it to grow, ensure that you don't get distracted. I said make it organic and ensure you don't get distracted. As it's where you notice we have never changed our proposition, we have never changed our demand, even though it's not as simple as it sounds. And all the culture of impunity, shut down all cancerous nodes. You're having a bit of.
Yeah, it's breaking a little bit, but it's okay.
Okay, so we're saying that enlighten the people enough. Let them understand what is going on. Let them understand their position in this. Let them understand the extant laws that are available and the ones we need to augment to be able to mirror society in order to protect their rights. Let them know precisely what we're doing on ground, what we need to fill in for, what has been done, and then continue to carry them along, which was one of the reasons why we use social media. If we have been putting opinion polls in the newspapers, I'm sure we'll not be able to galvanize our youth to this point. But because we're engaging on a platform, yeah.
Let me come in. I beg you to just permit me to come in here. As it is now, I know there's a lot to be said, but with the movement that started some years ago, and it has climaxed to a certain point, at least recently, with what happened yesterday overnight. How long do you think? How long do you see this go? Do you are we going to be out there until something is done, or we're going to do it for some days and then go back home?
No, the truth is this: we're at the climax of the entire dialogue. You see, we don't have a problem with the government. Mr. President has been gracious enough to keep his words. When we started this, it was like, get this thing to the Senate, to the House of Reps. If they sign, if you work on the bill and they pass the bill, we will sign the bill. That was the agreement. Even though it was an executive bill, or those engagements with legislators, I don't know what problems they are having with themselves then. Okay, can you hear me properly now? Can you hear me properly now?
Yes.
Yeah, so the issue was, it was more or less a fool's errand. Like, you understand? But the judiciary, on the other hand, said, okay, we can begin to do something, at least for the now, before we get a presidential assent and the rest, by domesticating the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 all across Nigeria. With the full implementation of that alone, it will be difficult for SARS to continue in impunity. And most of the provisions are the same thing that were reiterated in the Police Act 2020. So that was a welcome development for us. And in fact, the letter was actually put through by Citizens Gavel, one of our collaborative CSOs that have been working with us from day one. So we're making progress. And the legislature didn't give us a problem as well. They worked with us, they reasoned with us, and then in 2018 or thereabout, they passed the Police Trust Fund bill. And then as of 2019 or thereabout, there were some technicalities with the police bill, which was pushed into the next assembly. And we're glad today that both bills are now fully laws in Nigeria. So with this law, the Police Act.
I hope you guys are just.
I said there are three major objectives of that bill. Number one, to ensure the police operate accountably and transparently. Secondly, to uphold the rule of law, and also that is the fundamental human rights of every citizen according to the African Charter and several other charters that we are a part of. And thirdly, to collaborate with significant organizations who have a lot to offer the police in order to win trust, which is by far saying that all the active critical civil society organizations that we have, including Social Intervention Advocacy Foundation, that actually began the conversation of NSAS Reform Police NG. So with this, we're able to say that with the implementation of the Police Act itself, coupled with the Anti-Torture Bill of 2017, Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which will be domesticated across Nigeria also very soon, it will be very difficult for any rogue nodes or any cancerous node to come again after they have shut down the culture of impunity with the tactical squad. The reason why we're asking fundamentally for the tactical squads to be shut down is simply because there is no it's like a circle or a structure itself. We have the federal SARS. Within the SARS structure, we have the state SARS, we have the regional tactical squads, we have the area command tactical squads. In fact, every police station now have its own SARS unit, which is the official SARS. So which is why when there's a problem, we don't know where to go. That's why everybody calls every abuser SARS. Sometimes it's not the federal SARS. And since 2017, I can tell you authoritatively that in some states, we've been able to reach an agreement with the SARS operative, which are the federal SARS operative, and 2018, after the presidential order, that their operations must be according to the protocol that we put in place 2 years ago. So those protocols are still maintained by most SARS formations, except for a few. But when you look at the other silos that have been created around the SARS unit itself, which is the we have the anti-cultism, anti-kidnapping, zonal intervention squad, we have the STS, IRT, and most of these people are the criminals within the conundrum. Excuse me. And
so, no matter what this network is going to do, I will.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question now, because I know we don't really have much time, especially with you and your schedule. Let me ask this: do you see this ending? Do you see police brutality ending? We know we've had laws, beautiful laws before now.
Okay.
Yet things have been like this. We have new laws. Do you see brutality ending? Do you see police brutality ending in whichever form it is? Do you see it ending?
You see, we're engaging culture. I know I always say this. I don't like making promises. If you look at every single thing that I've said in the past 5 years, it has been consistent. And everything I've said has happened the way I have said it. When I was asking 2 years ago that will reform work this time, when we put in the protocol, I said it depends on a lot of things, political will, for example, and also depends on how far the bills are passed to law, because those things are protocol. They are like stopgaps. Any IG can come and decide to say, based on my ego, I don't like this because I'm not the one that put it in place. I want to do my own thing, which is exactly what this IGP did by repealing those protocols then, and then the killing and the abduction resumed. So, but now he went back. Now that we are now shouting again, and the thing has come to a point where it has become a national dialogue again, he came back to say, okay, take what I repealed and let me rest. So with that, we have to begin to question that knee-jerk reaction, that you cannot just put out what was in place before you came, that you yourself repealed, and then expect us to believe that there's going to be a change. We're not asking him to reform himself. We're simply saying, be sincere with your orders, because we've been hearing reforms since 2015. Nothing has really happened, apart from what we're doing on the ground, which still depends on some serious political will, enough to allow the president give the final say as far as the SARS disbandment is concerned. Not just telling them not to go out or telling them not to do certain things. All those ones they will forget. Roadblocks are still dirty today. All IGs that I've ever known since I've grown teach, I've been asking them to dismantle roadblocks, and nothing has happened since then. So we don't want such things, because this particular issue is decimating our youth, and we want an end to this story. But I can tell you for sure, I can bet with you right now, that before the week ends next week, you're going to get a presidential order. In fact, police themselves will retrace their steps and give an announcement that will make all the youth of this nation very proud. So we have won. We are always
we look forward.
We are always winning.
I said we look forward to that.
So we have won, we are always winning, and we will always win. So the only thing is that we must also take personal responsibility and begin to hold our police officers to account. When we say end SARS and we're shutting down tactical squad, we're not saying, oh, it's a free day for armed robbers. Because the SARS people, the tactical squad, they are not up to, if you look at them, their numbers, they are not actually up to 10,000 people. And you're measuring their size with people who are 350,000 within the police system. So we're not saying the rest are useless. Neither are we demoralizing them. Okay? We're not demoralizing. We're saying that the structure that puts you together is defective. Let us fix the structure. Let us screen you afresh. Let us subject it to psychological evaluation. Let us know that anyone who carries a gun in our environment, in our society, is fit to be in the system. Is lawful enough to know that he's there to serve, and he's not going to be ubiquitous. It's not going to be like pure water all around our face. They are going to be like a SWAT team that respond to issues and go back. You probably will not even see them. I know countries where they don't even know what an army, a soldier looks like, apart from when they're seeing it in a movie, because they don't come out.
Yeah.
So SARS and tactical squad units are the soldiers of the police. We should not be seeing them unless they are coming out to do something and go back. And once they continue to do that and act based on the way, or the purpose for which they were made, they become heroes. They become valued and they become respected. It's about value, not fear.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Segun Awosanya. It's been a wonderful time. I know you have to run, but I would like to express how much grateful we are on the platform to have you around. Thank you very much, regardless of your schedule. You turned up for us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.
All right. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. This is the floor now. You know, from the points Mr. Segun Awosanya made, it is easy for us to just deduce that definitely the problem of the situation, the cause for this situation we have right now is because we, the people, have issues. It is difficult for us to obey laws. It is difficult for us to even adapt to situations, especially when it has to do with conforming to standing laws. And that includes even the officials who are meant to uphold the laws. So join me as we have this conversation further on this EndSARS issue. Have you been out there? Have you joined? Were you out yesterday? Were you out till this morning? How has the experience been? Let us know. Join me in the conversation. Like we said, like I said earlier, we are having a conversation about SARS. Ending SARS is the point. Ending SARS is the issue. Whether we do it now, whether we do it tomorrow, whether we do it next, whether we don't do it anytime soon, the objective is ending this brutality. If that means reforming them, let us go. So, Wolver Boy is set to join me. Let me have him on. If you are part of the protest, you can let us know how it has been. Let us have the first-hand experience from you. Yes, you yourself. So I'm waiting to have Wolver Boy on, and I'm sure when he comes on, we will definitely have a conversation that will be interesting. You know, so I'm waiting for him. I hope the network will permit, because you know, for Nigeria now, they always beg which we're not supposed to beg. Yes. So let me beg the network before the network comes to. It's taking time. It's taking time. Let me see if somebody else can come. I think the network is really not helping there. But I see a lot of people. Basi, the greatest. I see you. Never mind. Una. Thank you, Mr. _Mickey. Minister A.J. I see you. Ejike Okwi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hemos _ for sure 69 says, Sega Link, how can IG? Okay, can the IG change a law? Of course, it can't. Definitely, it cannot change a law. But like we are discussing, it is the impunity that is making all of this. So everybody just use power. You understand? Regardless of what is standing, you just want to use power. It happens everywhere. So everything is almost like politics now. The laws are not being followed by police. Yes, that's what Hemos for sure 69 is saying. Aristotle 1993. Thank you, Segali, with a smile emoji. Ralph Money, I see you. Thank you for joining. So let us continue this conversation. Come online. We are online. We are having the gist. A lot of stuff. I want to pick a quote from one of the celebrities that led the protest yesterday. I'm talking about Dotun of Cool FM, DO to the TU and Energy Girl. He made a quote. He said, you don't have to be a celebrity to be alive. And that's the way it seems, because if SARS stop you or Olopa stop you anywhere, it depends on who you be. If you not be anybody, you are almost gone. But if you celebrity like or those of us with the carry press tag, we maybe we almost get free. That na if they leave us go. Must you be a celebrity to be alive? Is being alive not the right of every Nigerian? I'm trying to have go live with Olayemi underscore Omobola Deugo. Let me see if it's gonna go. Let me see if it's gonna go. So I'm waiting for Olayemi underscore Omoala Deugo. Oh, sorry. I messed it up the first time. Omoala Deugo, Olayemi underscore Omoala Deugo. Let me see if it's gonna come on. So the question is this: be a celebrity. Wow, it's kind of dark. How are you today? I can't really see you clearly.
How are
Can you
you?
hear me? I'm very
Okay.
fine, thank you. How your side?
I did, Baba. Now this police brutality. Now this police brutality everywhere. This guy they need to end this police SARS or whatever as quick as possible. And I don't know what our president is even saying. I don't know what the vice president is doing. I don't know what our governor is doing. All the 36 state governors needs to pay a crucial attention to this. It's very, very important. Nigeria cannot continue this way. If not, Nigeria is going to break down. This is a process of revolution.
Mm.
This is a process. We can just see it gradually answers now. But end hunger, end unemployment. Nigeria is going gradually. We break down.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Did you go out? Did you join the movement?
Yeah, yes.
Did you join?
Yes.
Okay. So how was the experience staying all night out there? How was the experience?
You know, I left. I was not there all night, but in the daytime I was there. I had to go home.
Okay.
But my own point is every day police harassment, extortion, brutality, killing. When you kill the youth, who is going to be the leader of tomorrow?
That's the big question.
When you end the life of the youth now, who is going to be there for you tomorrow when you get old?
And you know the funniest thing?
Yeah.
It is the youthful elements in the force that are even being used against the youth.
I used to see them, most of the force self, all the SARS guys, they are all youth.
Young guys. They're all young guys. That's the funny part of this whole thing. Most of them, majority of them are young guys.
Yeah, young guys. I don't know. They just need to end it. And even this is not just, as I said earlier, Nigeria is going down gradually. This is the beginning of revolution.
So I'm going to put a question to you now. Yeah. This question I intend to ask everyone that come online today live.
Okay.
Which would you prefer? End SARS or reform it? And this is why I'm asking this question. Originally by operating.
To be honest. Okay.
Okay. I want to let me land my thought. By engagement, rules of engagement. SARS has beautiful job. Their job ordinarily is a beautiful job.
Very beautiful.
So, based on that, would you prefer they end it or just reform it?
With my little assessment, the main purpose of establishing SARS is to combat crime.
Yes.
To combat criminals.
Yes.
Yeah. So why not us going to the main reason why it was being formed? Why not embark on the fundamental reason why it was established? I believe SARS was not created to start checking people's phone, to start harassing people, you are created to always combat armed robbery, kidnapping, courtesan.
So,
These are the reasons. And if you look at it genuinely, the rate of robbery on our road has really been reduced.
truly.
So, but I won't say totally we should scrap them, because on one side, armed robbery on our road, especially in this area whereby every day is traffic everywhere in Lagos. You understand? We have less armed robbery attack. But the mentality of the people enforcing it, the first guys, they really need to be reorientated, because orientation is one thing. The main assignment they are there to do, that is what we need. They need to reoriented them into the system again, to know what they need to do. Not for you to stop everyone you see on the road harassing and extorting. They are now the armed robber of the day.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you plan to continue joining the protest till it lasts, or as long as it lasts?
My brother, my brother, Aluta continua.
Victoria Seta.
This is the beginning of revolution. Nigerian revolution.
Thank you.
It is. Thank you,
very much. I really do appreciate that. It's been wonderful. It's been engaging. Let's continue. If you were part of the protest yesterday, if you joined today, just let me know. I would even love to have people who were part of the protest all through the night. I want to see how standing out in the cold feels, and how you are able to overcome that, because there is a cause at hand. There is an objective to this. The desire to see this brutality end may just be that reason that you kept yourself going, because I must really confess, it's cold out there. It's cool, not small. So join me, let's have this conversation. Two engaging conversation, and it's been wonderful. Okay, anything 081. Yes, I joined today in Ibadan. Wow, let me hear you. Please say anything. I would like you to come on so we can talk about how it went in Ibadan, because it will be interesting to. I know there was protest in Osogbo, like you're saying now. There was in Ibadan, and I know in Delta there were protests. A couple of people gathered here and there, and big shout out at this point as well to everyone that took time to join. Big shout out to Fast the Bad Guy. Big shout out to Runtown, Mr. Macaroni, Dotun Energy God, MC Lively, and a lot of people that were part of that. Just for this purpose, making our voice count. It is key, because now now about us. Now we be the youth. I don't know whether by my age, I still be youth. I'm not going to know, but I just know, say, if political age for 80 years still live active, why I'm not going to be youth? As ordinary Nigerian, I'm a youth. So let's kick on with this conversation. Join me. Let's talk about it. Anything 081, if you can join. Daniel Akinjishe, yes, I see you. Louis Osaz, me say if I laugh, will not be small. Everybody na youth now. Basi the greatest, you still there. I see you now. Make I try go far to the beginning. Make I see a lot of people see they join. Galaxy James, DJ Sax Beats. Thank you guys for joining. Sisi Owo Jory, thank you for joining. Chioma Chuka, you're welcome. And of course, Segalink was part of this conversation. We had the first 15 minutes together, and it was interesting. This na people say the day for the front of this thing from the beginning, and they always stand true to the cause. Now, another thing I want to think about for this whole thing, to say, like when me and Oyemike they talk just now, the average age of the same SARS when they do this brutality, now that bracket of youth. So is it about using us to do ourselves? Because if the idea is we are the leaders of tomorrow, so what's up? Why is the system now against the livelihood or the chance of living of the leaders of tomorrow? Because that's the way it seems. And I would also like to ask, this SARS, now so as the day for South, now so the day for North, is this SARS nationwide, or is just a syndrome or an issue of the South? I'm just asking. Thank God, say this thing on Instagram. Everybody around the country, around the world, get access to this show right now. So if you call in, let us talk about it. Okay, Louis Osa say I'm a youth. I'm a youth too. Now so I see myself. Oh, I don't know whether they give me political calculation or whether I go down old. Yes, we had massive turnout in 2 different locations today in Ibadan. Okay, anything is saying there was massive turnout in 2 different locations today in Ibadan. This is not how they operate in the north. Okay, so if anybody there will get a good account of how SARS, if you just know how SARS they be for north and south. When I say north now, the northern part of the country, because by amalgamation, my basic calculation of how to divide this Nigeria on the pole arrangement is north, south. I know if we go into north, east, south, west, south, no, now north, south. You get. So on that level, the SARS people, these SARS operatives, are they as active in the north as they are in the south? That's another conversation I would like us to also have. Because I always hear say police not too day for north outside like up as they know the 2 patrol, they need not much checkpoint for north like as they for south. Of course, I know there are reasons for such patrol, especially in those crisis-prone area. But on a general level, at least we're not the fight war for south now. Why complaint for here? Let's talk about it. So I'm having okay, Tony the Great wants to join. Tony the Great wants to join. Tony the Great 72 is requesting to join. So I'm just going to pull you in quickly. Let's have this conversation. If you were out there protesting, you're part of the protest, let's talk about it. If you have information about the North South thing I put on, let's talk about it. My brother, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
you doing,
Hello?
my guy?
I did fine, eh? See that Tony they talk to you?
Yes, Tony, yes, I see.
Hello?
Hello, you didn't hear me? I didn't hear you.
Okay, this is Tony. I'm calling from Munich, Germany. Eh?
Oh, from Munich, Germany, you see. So it's a global thing about global.
Yeah. See,
So, okay.
You say what?
I know you're not in Nigeria, it's obvious. You're in Munich, Germany, but how does this, how do you perceive the impact of this SARS thing? This SARS brutality, police brutality as it is. How do you people over there feel it? How does it tell on you guys?
It is from in my own personal opinion, you know, this is even Nigerians have been on slumber, you know, for so long. I can tell you a personal experience. What happened? You said?
The camera, see your face.
Okay, let me change my position.
Make me see your face. If possible, be under light so that we'll be correct. Oh, Nama, you be.
You see, the issue of police brutality in Nigeria, it is what I think. I don't think there is anywhere in the world you see police officers misbehaving the way Nigerian police behave. And this kind of a thing do happen because Nigerians are taking all these things with a whole heart, you know. I have a personal experience, you know, when I was traveling from Benin to Asaba. I have public bus. getting to what is it called Okpanam, we are asked to stop. You can imagine from Benin to Onitsha, you get almost 30 checkpoints.
That's another unbelievable thing happening on our highways.
Why is it like that? What are they checking? Do you know that when we drop, they asked, okay, they were checking. Even at a state, a woman was frustrated and said, this is a woman pant. Do you want to wear a woman underwear? Do you want to wear it? This is, because they were searching. What are they searching for? I told the police officer that, look, I will not give you my phone because the phone belongs to me and it's not for you. You don't have any right to change my phone. He said, yeah, Oga, we are doing our job. Let me talk to the senior officer if you have any there. You see, sometimes I feel ashamed to be a Nigerian, because sometimes the Nigerians don't behave. We behave as if we don't know what is going on in the world, You see Nigerians, they are in the internet, they see what goes around the world. Simply for Nigerians to protest, ordinary protests, they will tell you, is it protest that put food on my table? And at the end of the day, who is going to put food on your table? The government doesn't care about you. The police people are looting you every day, every hour, every minute. So what is there? So this is my own take. It is very, very appalling that we have a population of young people and the young people are there misbehaving. They don't even think about it. Okay, if you put on a nice wear, police officer will arrest you for putting on a nice shoe. You put on a nice t-shirt, police officer will arrest you. Where is it done in the world?
Every clean car, you are in trouble.
It's not done anywhere in the world. It's just because that we have accepted it that it is our right for a police officer to play on our intelligence. That is not their job. So for me, the only thing I have to tell Nigerians, both young and old, this protest will not end. That is my own, if I'm in that shoe, if I'm around there, this protest shouldn't end like this until the government take a position in this very case. So that is my own take.
Tony, let me quickly ask you this before you live in Germany. Is there any arrangement for Nigerians in diaspora to also join in the protest? Do you have any plan of such to join in the protest? Is there any plan like that?
For now, the only because I was a member of Revolution Now, we try to organize it on the 1st of October, the protest in Berlin, which was not too successful because a lot of Nigerians here too, some of them have lost hope completely about anything about Nigeria, Wow. Even when I was talking to a friend of mine this evening, when I just bring the issue of Nigeria, I said, please, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. Yeah, because there's no way you open up Nigerian newspaper, you don't see any good news. You only see here somebody made away, one minister made away with the 30 billion, the other one made away with the 40 billion. There is nothing good. You don't hear anything good about Nigeria. Especially I have a Nigerian television. I read Nigerian newspaper every day. There is nothing good. And sometimes I look at it.
One of us probably will be the head of the WTO very soon. Ngozi
Okonjo-Iweala she will accept that disappointment. She is going for this appointment. This has no meaningful impact in the government. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm proud because she has also been, she was a good finance minister, you know. I know that very well, you know. But I tell you, the people that is holding Nigerian to ransom, they are there in Nigeria. They are there in every government. They have made the system, they have frustrated the system that the system will never work. The system will only work in their favor. And the Nigerians are so damned that they don't want to see any other thing. They will tell you, the highest thing they will say, oh God, we are in the hand of God. My brother, let me tell you something. God has given you power. You know, if you don't use the power that God has given to you, you can forget it. God will not come for heaven and do this in Nigeria. Just look at the Sambisa forest that the Boko Haram is playing football every day. If we are a reasonable people, why can't we use that forest? Just use it as a maybe make it a ranching site. Then the Boko Haram maybe they will run to somewhere else. But we don't do that. All we do is just to call England, Range Rover, which latest model did you have? Just send us a 20, you know. You call Japan, which Toyota did you have? They said they have a brand new one, 2025 model. He said, okay, send us 100, you know. And this morning we are.
Tony, we have to go. We have to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a wonderful time with them. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye. Yeah.
So the conversation is getting heat up. Get your own mind here. Nice Godwin 8, I see you. Ishola Bayo, I see you. Louis Osas, yes, of course, you see the official MC Kajo comedian. I agree with you. My brother from another mother. And so they talk under here for comedy, yeah. Okay, Chidiebube, Emmanuel, good to have you all out so coming. Good to have you here. So as I talked before, Tony came in from Germany. If you have that knowledge of how SARS operates in the north compared to how it operates in the south, can we talk about it? Because this is helping us to get somewhere, getting to the root of it. Let's know how this thing happened to us. I know there is human issue about it. Before now we have good laws. I must say, it's just our elections. We have good laws, but the human factor will always want to frustrate things. You understand? For example, in those states now, the governorship election is coming. You have over 34,000 policemen deployed into a state just for an election. If we play by our laws, just simply play by our laws, all those police go to work for another place. You get? So if laws dey and everybody they follow the law, I don't think we go get issue. Like Barrister Liborius Oshoma Godesco, we human being are part of the problem we will get for this country because laws they yet. So let's talk about it. Winnie Micha, I am part of the Nigerian diaspora and I would like to say that this is far beyond SARS. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. It is far beyond SARS. If you look at the face of, in fact, the way this thing here, our politicians say they was past SARS. They are on a technical SARS. Because now under the arrangement, now these things they happen to us. So what's up? What are we saying about it? Is it that there is an agenda to just end certain age category or age bracket or plant fear into the mind of the youth? We are supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow. So are we supposed to be scared and not express ourselves to achieving our potential? Okay, Winnie Micha is joining me, so let's know how it is again from Nigerians in diaspora. Like Nigerians in diaspora now, they really like this conversation, say pass with the Nigerians in Nigeria. But now so it be sometimes. Maybe for today, internet not too strong for some places for Nigeria. So we're waiting for Winnie
Waiting for Winnie to join. Let him give us another account again of how it be. Daniel Akinjishe, thank you. I see you. Laughter emoji. I wish you can join me. So let's laugh together live on this show. By the way, we are on Citizens Open Mic, brought to you by Enough is Enough Nigeria. EI of this matter for her, fixing these things to make sure say we get a good country. I'm still waiting for Winnie. I don't know whether abroad said they get network problem, but let's hope. Anyway, he said Nigerians in diaspora. So diaspora said it should be Uganda, it should be Nigerians in Togo, anything abroad, might be diaspora. So sometimes to network for Africa, not be everywhere is strong. But I say East Africans they get strong network, they get better network. So that aside, let's talk about SARS. Let's talk about police brutality. And if you don't get experience, if you've experienced police brutality, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Daniel Akinji says, I totally agree with what Winnie said. Yes, of course. Oh, the request isn't sending. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ooh, let me see. Let me see. Are you kidding me? Let's hope it goes through. Let's hope it goes through. Keep trying, because me say if I go to try and for you, make I see official MC Kajo comedian. I see you. So as I did talk before, if we not stand together and speak with one voice, if you keeping quiet and you're not speaking out, the problem will continue to the day. One major thing we need to first of all achieve for ourselves before we get any results ahead, now to speak out, express ourselves. But I just go beg you, not go speak out for where police will carry gun do. No express your fundamental human right for where police will carry gun do. Just obey. They're not well. They're not well. Many of them not well. Because anything will make policeman. I saw in the protest yesterday, there was a video of a policeman was cocking his gun, deliberately he drew the gun and was, so anything will make policeman not be crime for them to carry gun. Carrying gun sometimes is not part of their work, or most times. But you see, if the gun just the way it did, when they talk, fine. But not be say you see civilian will not hold anything, not hold jackknife, wood for hands or stick. Now you hold gun, now you hold dagger, now you get bullets. Now you still draw your gun at armless civilian. So I beg. Yeah, Lady Christiana, I see you. Thank you for joining. Corruption is at the root of this problem. Yes. K1_TH say corruption is the root. It's at the root of this problem. Yes, I can't agree with you less. I agree totally. You know why? Say originally SARS work is to end or fight armed robbers. That's why they call them SARS. The acronym for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So the idea is say if robbery they go on, or they hear information about where armed robbers they, or where they stay, not necessarily live operation where they rob, they go bust in the place, neutralize them, arrest them. That's not their work. Now they don't come see say since they don't get this power, they cannot begin to. I don't talk say because most times na Yahoo boys, then they see that they target. That's why they say bring your phone, let me check your phone, and whatever. I'm not talking say Yahoo, internet fraud. I'm not talking na good thing, na crime. But let people who are supposed to fight that, not be your work. And even if you can't hold Yahoo boy, you arrest somebody saying na Yahoo, you get even if you get proof, you need to prove them for court. No law give SARS power to shoot. And they don't give you power to judge anybody. You killing that person means you have judged the person. Nobody, I'm not sure say any Nigerian law give any police operative power to kill. Now court go condemn person, say you are guilty, and go and die by hanging, or go and die by shooting, or by chemical, or whatever, go and die. Let the court do that. It's not for you to judge. Olaide Christiana say no difference between SARS and police. Of course, SARS na part of police. Now the arm of police when they supposed to handle armed robbers. Like we get a special anti-cultism squad, you know, different ones like that. So basically the point we say, waiting not supposed be. There is no law that says a police officer, whether SARS or no SARS, should shoot somebody because you think the person is a criminal. What happens to the word suspect? Let the court decide. You know, apart from the fact say, no be your work in the first place to even go after Yahoo boys. Now, armed robbers. And let's tell ourselves the truth. How many armed robbers? Because I'm a journalist, I'm a broadcaster, I'm a news person to the core. We never, it is rare, it's not really dey common for us to receive report from, yes, we go say police catch armed robber. Make them the detail and say special anti-robbery squad, SARS, catch armed robber. Make we see am. How much of that do we hear in the news or on social media? Because if the same SARS wey dey kill people, where people go video am, show, spread the video. If they see SARS dey engage armed robber, people go video am, we go see am. We go don see. If SARS dey really dey engage armed robbers, the videos go trend well. So please, make una do una job more than una dey do other jobs. And like I say, nobody give you power to kill anybody. So let's talk about it, please. Enough of my talk. My work now to talk show, so Mark not dey pay me to talk. I fit talk for 4 hours, 5 hours non-stop. E dey body. So let's talk about it. K1_TA say all the money SARS collected is shared by the police. Allegation though, but I know say that they collect money. But how they share them? I can only tell that maybe among themselves because of some testimonies we don't get. That is sure, I can tell. Because they're the day in team. Once they collect money, definitely they will share them. But good, these days, thanks to Cedar Link and a lot of guys, we they up front and they work on these things. Rugged man, they collect some money back, yes. Then they collect some money back, true. Then they collect some money back. So, another advice again, we say, sometimes, just anytime you do waka, just try and be security conscious for yourself and make sure say your battery get life. Your phone battery get life, that time they will give you a chance to call. But always be technical and intelligent, tactical about these things too. If they say you give them money, and tell them say you won't go ATM, then they follow you. Camera they do for ATM. This is not one of the ways. I'm just saying simple things, but not follow them drag because who don't die. You know go fit judge. You can't say anything when you are dead. Again, SARS brutality is out of hand and SARS brutality is out of hand in this country, of course. And that's why there is this protest about end SARS now, end police brutality. And I would like to hammer on that end police brutality. Not the only SARS. The police will terrorize them. Even the normal ones who they wear uniform. They didn't do any harm. So please, it is very important we get to know this and act by it and work by it. Somebody said in Ibadan there were protests in 2 places. Somebody said so earlier. I heard earlier today that there were protests in a couple of places in Delta. There were protests in Oshogbo and a lot of places in Lagos, of course, for sure. You know, let's talk about it. I think we still have like how many more minutes? How many more minutes to 9? 4 more minutes to 9. So can we talk about this? Let somebody just join me. If person join you, I won't make not be only me go to talk. Not be only me go to talk. I beg. One more, at least one more. I beg. I just go beg you. I beg. I beg. Yes. One more. I beg. One more person, please. Let's talk about this. Give me your experience. Were you part of the protest? Did you join? Or how do you feel? Have you been brutalized by the police, especially SARS?
Are they as active in the north like they are active in the south? These are the questions that I'm asking. These are the questions that I'm asking. These are things we need to talk about. These are things we need to really, really chook mouth put. Adex Crown Gold. This network, oh, my sister, not be small. Joined by Ibi. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's been awesome, and definitely I know say it will always be like this. Laws will come. Oh, the country will make a lot of laws, but if our human being, if we not ready by ourselves, except I dey hit my chest, if we not ready by ourselves, forget it. We will just be joke. We will just be joking if we are not ready by ourselves. And I have noticed one thing too: Nigerians will fear well, and this is part of the thing where this SARS movement to want to achieve. My thinking, just put fear for people's mind so that everybody will just shocking for corner. Things go to go on. You just if I talk now, and they say just keep quiet. That's exactly what this thing is set to achieve. But then we will do all right. We will do all right. We will do all right. Seriously, we will definitely do all right. We will do all right. Seriously, we will do all right. Yes, we will do all right. We will do all right. I have like 3 to 4 more minutes to go, and I can see all of you. And be like saying that the network say they make people not really. But thank you to all of those guys that joined. Basically, thank you for those guys that joined. Let me begin to round up because time no day, like around town talk, time no day. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Once again, my name is Ikechukwu Oyemike, and I'm a broadcast journalist. This is what we do. And big shout out to Enough is Enough Nigeria for this platform, Citizens Open Mind. We'll do another one again next time, and hopefully we'll probably have this, or we'll probably have seen this SARS to a certain level that is good. Then we can talk about something else because there is a lot to talk about. Nurse underscore Agape. My person refused giving any money. He was busy speaking grammar till the two told him he looks like the guy that shoots someone in another area. Oh, the robber. Ikechukwu, follow me, please. We need to talk. Okay, we need Micha. I will do that. Don't worry. We will talk. We will talk definitely. We need Micha. So thank you guys. See you next time, and hopefully we'll talk better on another issue. Definitely. Thank you.